This is your new science teacher. From today onwards, I am going to continue the lessons in the science for your class 9 chemistry and biology part. Okay, children? Yeah. So, children, I think you have learned 3 lessons before. Means the first, second, and third lesson about the matter. Matter is the matter surrounding, is that pure or not, and about the constituents of matter. Now, I hope you have in detail in your previous classes, you have learned in detail. If you did not, just try to watch all the videos which you have learned in the previous lessons. Okay, children. Yeah. See, children, in our surroundings we know that each and everything is made up of an matter. No, so it is made up of matter. So what do you mean by matter? Anything which have a space and can occupy space and can have mass. No, so anything, either you take solid things, which liquid things or gaseous things. So these things either may be solid, liquid or gases. So all these things have mass in it and it occupies its own place. This already you have done. So even how to write the chemical formulas and the elements and the formulas to write the chemical formula, structural formula, everything you came to know in the previous classes. So let me move on to the continue to the next further class. So see children, each and everything as I told you is made up of matter. So what we find in the matter? So according to the many philosophers, according to the scientists, previous scientists and all, so they have proposed that, or they have discovered that each and every matter is made up of atoms. Now, so each and every atom, each and everything or the matter is made up of atoms. So in the last lesson also we have learned that these atoms have a constituents in them. But the scientist called Dalton, in the second lesson we have learned that, so Dalton's atomic theory. So he performed the experiment, that name he has given that Dalton's atomic theory. So in the Dalton's atomic theory, he proposed or he said that the time at last we get where there is no divisibility of atoms will be takes place. There is a indivisible. We cannot divide further. No, so that conclusion he has given. But his experiment was completely again failed, because after him many scientists have came and they proposed their own experiments. Through their experiments they have told that each and every atom have their constituents. But Dalton told that, so atom, so it is a single particle which we cannot divide into. But later on many scientists have they introduced that, so each and every atom has its constituents. That we already know that. So each and every atom have protons, electrons, and neutrons. No? Protons, electrons and neutrons. These are the constituents of atoms. These are the constituents of atoms. Means in the atoms, what are the things we are going to find? So who proposed that? See, in the 19th century, before the scientists have proposed, so there is a theory called static theory. No, so static electricity. So in that, while they performed experiment, so they came to know that before itself that each and every atom has the charge in it. It has a charge or ion in it. Ions are charged in it. Okay. But later on in have proposed many experiments, and J.J. Thomson also proposed the experiments, and they have also introduced and concluded that so each and every atoms have a constituents of protons which carries the positive charge in it, and we represent it as a plus, and electrons negative charge in it. Each and every atom has the protons positive and electrons negative charge, and electrically neutral both. Neutral means the protons and electrons we get in an equal number, means its magnitude will always be same. It has the mass of around 2000 kg. Understood? So it has a mass of 2000 and equal magnitude. These both have. So it is called electrically neutral. So these kind of scientists, many scientists now proposed that atoms have we can divide the particles of atoms and we can get the constituents like this. But before that, was said that we cannot divide any kind of particle. Okay, there is no constituents, nothing. But many scientists have failed his assumptions, his suggestions. Then they came to know, or they given as a clear idea about that. So each and every atom has the constituents of these. Okay. For example, let's take one simple example where how we get this charge. For example, if you comb hair, if you comb with the dry hair, if you keep on combing, if you just keep the comb near the hair starts attracting towards the comb. I hope we might have many times we have experienced it. Now, so that this is the one example. Another example to the glass rod, if we rub with silk cloth. You take silk cloth, okay, you take silk cloth and glass rod, if you rub it, okay, so then you will get there is a charges produced in it. Okay, there is an attraction will be there. If you keep any paper pieces, even to the iron rod also, if you rub it, so the pieces of paper will attract to that rod. So these are some of the general examples which the scientists have before only told that each and every atom which is present in the matter, either it may be solid, liquid or gas, it have the charges in it, either may be the positive charge proton or negative charge electron. So these two protons and electrons, we get as a equal in magnitude of mass 2000. Okay, so they are called electrically neutral. Understood, children? This is a simple general introduction to the lesson which I have given now. Yes. Now the question is, which we are going to learn in the new lesson, that is how these atoms looks, or how these atoms, if we see what is the shape of an atom. Okay, that we call as a structure of atom. Structure of atom, which is the fourth lesson in your chemistry book. Now, so for you the fourth lesson, structure of atom. So till now we have learned that each and every matter is made up of atom. When the atom starts grouping its form molecules, there are different types of molecules, elements will be there. In the Earth's crust, total 118 elements are there in the Earth's crust. Each and every element, some of the elements have charges in it, some of the elements doesn't have or doesn't carry any charges in it. So many scientists, but at first Dalton's atomic theory he have suggested that none of the atoms can be divisible. It is a single particle, that's it. There is no constituents will be there. But after the 19th centuries, his assumptions was able to fail by performing many experiments with by many scientists. Okay, so they have proposed that each and every atom which is present in the matter they have the electrons negative charge, protons positive charge. So it get or it forms in equal number. So we get in the electrically neutral. Means it have the charges in it or ions in it. Just for example, if you want to give it, see if you go with the dry air, there is attraction of the dry air to the comb. So that attraction we can conclude that there is a charges in it. Or if you rub the silk cloth to the glass rod, then we find there is attraction of paper pieces to that. Okay, so these two are the general examples which it tells that each and every atoms or some atoms have the charges in it. Understood, children? Yeah. So let me move on to the next. That is, now the questions which I have already arised that how these atoms look. Now, how these atoms look. So your lesson number 3rd, that is structure of atom. See, actually this is lesson number 4 because for the COVID first lesson have been cancelled, removed. So from the 2nd, 3rd and 4th, so we have started. So this will be the 3rd one. Okay, so the structure of atom. See children, now the question is that how these atoms have a structure in it or shape in it. The shape of the atom is sphere. Sphere. S-P-H-E-R-E. Sphere. What is the shape of the atom? The shape of the atom is sphere. Okay, how the sphere looks? Circle. Okay, so the first scientist was done by or he has given the structure of atom, that is J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson, by performing experiment, he introduced or he prepared the model that we call as a J.J. Thomson's model of an atom. J.J. Thomson's model of an atom. So who is J.J. Thomson? J.J. Thomson is a physicist. Okay, so by performing experiments based on the rays, so based on this kind of charges, he had proposed or he had conducted the experiment and he had showed that the structure of atoms, how it looks according to the J.J. Thomson's. So this J.J. Thomson's, he compared the structure of atom to the Christmas pudding or to the watermelon. Okay, so let's take this. This is the structure of watermelon. See what we find? We find if you cut the watermelon, you find there is a red edible part. Yes or no? So there is a red edible part in it. So for this red edible part, he has given that it has the positive charge in it or protons in it. Okay, so while he was experimenting, he observed that the atom is surrounded by the positive charge. Okay, if you want to compare to the watermelon, the red edible part. So the red edible means what? Which we eatable part. So we eat the red edible part now and we throw the peel and the seed of watermelon. So the red edible part is given the name as a positive charge in a way. And surrounding to that, we find there is a electrons which carries the negative charge in them. Which have a negative charge. Electrons. Understood, children? So these electrons represented as a seeds. Okay, electrons which have a negative charge. Electrons which have a negative charge. He represent for the seeds of which is present in the watermelon. Okay, so he assumed the structure of atoms like this. Understood, children? So there is a protons which embedded or which spreads around the atom, and within that we get there is a electrons which have the negative charge in it or surrounded by negative charge in it. See, both these positive and negative charge have the equal magnitude. Have its equal magnitude, so they are electrically neutral. Understood, children? So this is the structure of atom. So based on his experiment, he proposed the two laws. Okay, so see in your textbook, page number 47, that first law what he has done, that he said that an atom consists of a positively charged sphere and the electrons are embedded in it. See, there is a positive charge sphere is there in it and the electrons are embedded in the atoms. That was the first assumptions on his observations which he has given in his law. The second one is the negative and positive charges are equal in magnitude, as I told you. So the atoms as a whole is electrically neutral. Neutral in the sense equal. Positive and negative charges must be equal. When we get there is a equal in these two signs or charges, then it is called electrically neutral. Understood, children? That was his second assumptions or observations. The first observations was each atom is made up of positively charged particles and the electrons is embedded within it. The second law is the positive and negative charge have equal magnitude, means the number of protons will be the same and the number of electrons will be the same. Okay, same mass, same number of protons and electron charges. So these kind of atoms we call it as electrically neutral. So that was the second observations of J.J. Thomson. He was the first scientist who observed that the structure of atoms will be like this and the constituents of